The first time she said it, I laughed. My work husband's buying me lunch every day now. You need to step up your game, Ava teased, her lips curling into that playful smirk that used to melt me. The office chatter in the background crackled through the speakerphone. I was at my desk, halfway through an email, pretending her words didn't sting. I told myself it was harmless. Everyone joked like that, right? Work husband. It was just office banter. But something in her tone, too casual, too familiar, stuck in my chest like a splinter I couldn't pull out. That night, she came home later than usual, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. I noticed but said nothing. Instead, I convinced myself I was imagining it. The human mind is cruel like that. It builds narratives to protect the heart from what it already knows. By the third week, I'd memorized the sound of her phone lighting up. The little ping that came after midnight. She'd laugh, say it was just memes from coworkers, and tuck her phone face down. I started timing her laughter. How long, how soft, how personal. The way she looked at the screen before replying, the pause, the almost smile. Who's texting you this late? Asked gently. Oh my God, Liam, it's just Greg. You know Greg. My work husband Greg, she'd say, rolling her eyes. She always said it like it was funny. Like I was the paranoid one for even asking. But every time she said his name, I felt something inside me crack just a little more. One Thursday I left work early, pretending I was sick. My stomach churned the whole drive to her office. I parked across the street, far enough that she wouldn't see me. Her office lobby was all glass and sunlight. I could see the elevator doors open and her walking out beside a tall man in a navy suit. He leaned in as he spoke and she laughed, a sound I used to believe was mine. He touched her arm. Not a graze, not accidental. His hand lingered, thumb tracing her sleeve. She didn't pull away. Instead, she brushed his shoulder lightly. Her lips curved into that same smirk she used on me when she was being playful. Something inside me went still. Not angry. Not even hurt. Just hollow. They walked out together, and I watched her take his coffee cup from his hand like it was a shared ritual. I should have looked away. But I couldn't. That night I made dinner. Her favorite garlic butter pasta. I set the table, poured her wine, and pretended I hadn't seen anything. When she came home she looked surprised. Wow, dinner. You're sweet. Smiled. Rough day. A shrug. Meetings. Greg and I had to work late again. The name landed like a stone between us. I nodded, forcing my voice steady. He seems nice. Her fork paused midair. You've met him. Not exactly. Her eyes flicked up to mine, calculating. Liam, you're not jealous, are you? Should I be? She laughed. Too quickly. Too loud. You're ridiculous. Greg's married. With kids. I nodded again, pretending to believe her. But the way her gaze darted away told me she was lying. Over the next few days I started keeping track of the lies. Little ones like mismatched stories about where she'd been. Big ones like I left my charger at work when I could see it plugged beside her bed. I didn't confront her. I wanted to. God, I wanted to. But part of me needed proof. Not for her but for myself. Because the moment I said it out loud it would be real. And once something's real, you can't unknow it. So I waited. Friday came. I left a note on the counter that said I was working late. Then I parked outside her office again. At 7:26 p.m. she walked out, laughing into her phone. Greg followed, jacket slung over his shoulder. His hand brushing hers as they crossed the street. They didn't even hide it this time. They walked to a restaurant 2 blocks down. Candlelight flickered through the windows. They sat close, too close. When the waiter brought the wine, she touched his hand. And then she leaned forward, eyes soft, voice low. I couldn't hear what she said, but I saw the look on her face. The look that used to be mine. My chest tightened. My hands trembled on the steering wheel. I could have stormed in. Could have made a scene. But instead I just sat there, watching the life I thought I had dissolved behind glass. When she came home later that night, I was waiting in the living room. No dinner this time. Just silence. How was work? Asked. She froze, still holding her purse. It was fine. Why? Who's Greg? Her eyes darted, lips parting, searching for a lie. Liam. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is. She stepped closer, tears already welling. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was just lunch at first. He listened. You've been so distant lately. I laughed. So it's my fault you cheated. Her face crumpled. I didn't cheat. We just got close. Close enough to lie to me. She said nothing. For a long time we stood there. Two strangers who'd once known every inch of each other's hearts. Finally I said, you know what hurts most? You made me doubt myself before I doubted you. She cried then. But it didn't move me. I didn't throw her out that night. I just walked past her into the bedroom, and slept on the edge of the bed, facing the wall. In the morning, I woke to the sound of her leaving quietly, suitcase in hand. The scent of her perfume lingered in the hallway long after the door clicked shut. And as I sat there, staring at the empty space she used to fill, I realized something simple but brutal. Love doesn't die when someone betrays you. It rots, slowly, painfully, until you have no choice but to bury what's left. And sometimes, even after the burial, you still hear its heartbeat in the dark.